Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are on the ride along this morning. We got a little morning motivation with the ride along. So I want to welcome you, everybody, this morning. How are you guys doing on whatever day you're watching this? But the message I want to share with you guys today to encourage you is that your success is directly tied to your level of commitment. Your success is directly tied to your level of commitment. Well, what is commitment? Commitment is basically a pledging or a promise of yourself to do something, or to be somewhere, or just to take part in something that you desire. That's what a commitment is. See, I read something else as well. It says commitment is the pledge that you take, the loyalty that you take towards doing something long after the mood is gone when you said it. So it is the loyalty. It is the loyalty to do something long after the mood is gone that you said it. How many times have we made, when you get to New Year's, we make a New Year's pledge or resolution, and we say, man, I'm going to do this. And it sounds good. And at the moment, it's like we got the whole world behind us. We got all the 10 reasons why we should do it. We got all the reasons why we shouldn't do something else. Man, we actually sometimes throw things away. We add different things. We call people up, whatever it is. I mean, we make a commitment to something, or we state something, but we never follow it up with the loyalty that it takes. We never follow it up with the commitment that it takes. We never follow it up with the need and the amount of action and the time that it takes. And so commitment is basically the loyalty. It's the loyalty to do what you say you're going to do long after the mood is gone when you said it. What are those areas in your life this morning that you need to be committed to? What are the promises that you made to yourself? Forget the promises you made to somebody else for a second. What are the promises that you made to yourself? For your body, what's the last promise that you made to yourself as far as being in better health and better shape? Do you understand that we only get one body? We only get one body. And it's up to us and our personal responsibility to take care of that body. And so how many times we probably have made that pledge, man, I'm going to get better, I'm going to drink more water today, or I'm going to stop drinking, or I'm going to stop smoking, or I'm not going to eat this cheeseburger, or whatever it may be. And then a problem comes, stress come, 2 minutes later come, 5 seconds later come, and all of a sudden we back right at the start with the lack of loyalty, the lack of commitment. You see, commitment has everything to do with us taking responsibility. With us taking responsibility, being accountable for our actions, being accountable for the end result. Now, granted, if you're okay with the end results, if you're okay with the consequences, then by all means, go forward. Because as you move forward, you are successful. You're successful in the things that you truly desire. And so, as I said before, your success is directly tied to your commitment level. See, when you continue to walk forward and you continue to make commitments, it's all about being, you ever hear the saying, somebody say, man, my word is my bond. My word is my bond. Well, how many of us need to continue to grow in the fact, the commitment that our word is our bond? When does what you say, when is that enough? When is that enough? Or have you graduated or downgraded to the point where what you say doesn't matter, or what you say, somebody else got to interpret what you're really saying? Well, I'm here to challenge you today. Let's increase our level of commitment to ourselves. What are you committing to do in your body? What do you continue to do in your mind to develop your mind? What do you want to do in your aptitude level? Everything in life has to come down to our level of awareness. Meaning this, ever since the beginning of time, human beings, it was always possible, think about this, for man to fly to the moon. It was always possible. But years ago, thousands of years ago, people just did not have the awareness of it. They didn't have the knowledge of it. They didn't know what to do. And so a lot of times, a lot of the lack of us, the success we're having, is due to the fact that we just don't know enough at that moment. And the reason why we don't know enough at the moment is because we haven't committed ourselves to the learning process. We haven't committed ourselves to use this phone that we use and we look at and we call up and we text and we use social media. We haven't committed ourselves to use that to be one of the greatest assistants or teachers to teach you to develop your aptitude level, to increase your awareness so you can do more, be more, have more, experience more. And so I'm here today to encourage you about increasing your commitment level so that you too, you can have the success that you ought to want to have. I'll never forget, playing in the NFL, and I use these examples because these are principles that I experienced by playing professional sports that transcend all generations and all different fields or industries. Well, I remember every year, every off season, like right around now, I would always make up my workouts. And what I would do is I would take a moment where I look at last year's performance and I would see, how did I do last year in the season? What are the areas that I wanted to get better in? What are the areas that I wanted to improve? Now, I did this every year of my career, and I was fortunate to play 10 years in the NFL. But I would sit down and say, well, what are the areas last year, my last season, that I did that I want to get better in? And what areas do I want to maintain? What areas I want to maintain? Or what areas do I really want to kind of restructure, whether it's a technique, whether it's something on backpedaling, whether it's tackling, whatever it was. And then what I would do is then I would sit down and I would then break down every single area in my speed, and write a plan. What do I want to do to increase that? How do I increase my speed? Number 2, my agility. How do I increase my ability to change direction with speed? Next one, my strength. How do I increase my strength? Okay, so that way, again, I'm more explosive. Okay, I'm more explosive. I can jump higher. I can run faster. I can hit harder. I can explode more. Then I would say, okay, how about my knowledge of the game, defenses and offensive schemes? And I said, well, what do I need to study? What film do I need to watch? Who do I need to learn from? What do I need to add to my arbitrage this year that's going to make me better than last year? And then I would say, okay, my techniques. How are my techniques in man-to-man? How are my techniques in tackling? How are my techniques in defender pass, backpedaling, you name it. And what I would do is I would sit down and I would write this plan out. And I would compartmentalize it, and I would think every area of my life and how I want to get better. I would say, how do I want to get better in my conditioning? So what things would I would do? How would I want to get better in my stamina? How would I want to get better in my flexibility? So I would write all these different categories. And then I would sit down and I would write all the things that I'm willing to do to get better in it. And I would put down all the exercises that I would need to do, or all the different things that I would think that would help me go from point A to point B. And so after I would do that, then I would look at my whole off season and I would basically map it out on a calendar. And I would say, okay, on Mondays and Thursdays would be my lifting days on chest and triceps. Okay, it would be my speed day where I'm at the track and I'm working on speed endurance. Okay, it's my day when I go to the stadium and I'm working on my conditioning. I mean, I'll get my pull workout at the end, and it'll be my day for flexibility. So I'll work with my bands and I would get some work in there. Tuesdays and Fridays will be more my agility days. It will be my technique days. It will be my film days. It will be my leg days in the weight room. It will be days where I would do jump rope and I would do kickboxing. And Wednesdays would be, my recovery day. So I would get a massage and I would get chiropractic work. And so now it's really good that I would go through that whole process and I would write this plan out. I have it on a spreadsheet and it looked nice and everything. But like commitment says, the definition of commitment is the loyalty to what you said you're going to do when the mood that you set it in is gone. And so it was great that I sat there and I did all that and I put in all that work. But commitment had everything to do with how much am I going to now hold myself accountable to doing what I said I was going to do, even though I didn't feel like doing it. You see, there was many times that I would ride to JU, Jacksonville University, and I would go to the track, where that's where I'm headed now. And I would run. and I would work out. And it was many times I was doing it all by myself. And I would ask myself, Donovan, why are you doing this? But when I asked myself the question, the answer always came back to, Donovan, the only person that can ever fulfill the dreams that you have is you. The only person that can ever hold themselves truly accountable to their level of success in life is you. The only person that can make or break your commitment level is you. And so even when I didn't feel like it, I had a thing I would do in my mind. I would have a thing I would do whenever I would wake up. And then my mind started rushing with the things I got to do. And then my body started feeling like it didn't want to go. I would just tell myself, yes, yes, yes. I would just keep saying that. Because what was being said inside of me, inside my mind was, I'm tired. I just want to lay here. I don't want to go into this day and have to put myself in all this work. But you know what I would tell myself? Instead of trying to convince myself, I would just say yes. You see, I was saying yes to myself. I was saying yes to the level of success that I wanted to have. Because my spirit is willing, but the flesh can be weak. That means that the person that wrote down those plans, that person was committed to the level of success. But the flesh, the natural part, the emotions, the feelings, they may not have been present exactly when I wrote that down, and or they may not have been as motivated as the person that I was becoming, or the person that I knew I wanted to become. And so I'm telling you guys, if you want to be successful, just know this, to the level of your commitment, to that level will determine the level of success. Well, I'm here to say, it was because I committed myself to that process. It was because I went when I didn't feel like it. It was because I continued to work even when I did not want to do it. Sometimes I did not have the greatest performance, meaning sometimes I didn't feel like running real fast that day. Or sometimes I didn't feel like it, but I still had to do it. Because I had to be loyal to my word, to myself. You see, what we do in life a lot of times is we look around for other people to be more loyal to us than we are to ourselves. We want more people to keep their promises than we've ever committed to ourselves. So my challenge to you today, hold yourself more accountable. Tie your success to your commitment level in your relationships. What are you committed to doing to make sure you have the greatest relationship? What are you committed to not doing? What are you committed to looking at on the internet? What are you looking to not look at on the internet? Who are you looking to call? Who are you looking not to call? What books are you looking to read to learn about how do you grow as a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a friend, a companion, a coworker, whatever? What are you committed to doing? Because I always say this, let your actions speak so loud that I don't have to hear words you're saying. Let your actions speak so loud. Don't tell me you want it. Don't give me a long paragraph and dissertation about how bad you feel about it and how much you want it and it's your time. I don't want to hear none of it. You know what I want to see? I want to see your actions. I want to see you doing it. Because let your actions speak so loud, nobody got to hear words you're saying. And so today I challenge you. I challenge you to look at your life. I would challenge you to look at your relationships. I challenge you to look at your finances. Look at the job, the performance you're doing on your job. Are you working hard or you're hardly working? Are you doing enough just to get by, or are you comparing yourself to your level of potential? You see, nobody can compare them. Nobody can measure your potential for you. Nobody can measure your IQ. Nobody can measure your ability to do what it is you're created to do. You're made in the image of God. You have unlimited potential, unlimited power, unlimited access. And the only person that's limiting it is you. And the only person that can really manifest it is you. And so today, I challenge you. Measure out your life based off your level of commitment to those areas of your life. Maximize your potential in all those areas. The feeling is going to be there. You're going to listen to this message and you're going to feel inspired. You're going to listen to this message. He's like, yo, he's right. Double D, you're right, man. Hey, man, thank you for that message. Thank you for that. Man, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That's going to happen to you. I'm telling you now. It's going to happen whenever you listen to this. You're like, man, he's speaking to me. He's speaking right to me. Yes, I am speaking to you. But now you need to speak to yourself. You need to do more speaking to yourself than you do listening to yourself. I need you to write that one down. You need to do more speaking to yourself than you do listening to yourself. That means you need to tell yourself what I'm going to do and do it more than you just listen to yourself as you hear yourself talk your way out of stuff. And so I challenge you guys. I'm Donovin Darius, former 10-year NFL player, the all-pro motivator and life strategist. I am here to help you and walk with you to solve some of the issues that we all commonly face by assessing the issue, looking at it, processing it, developing a plan, and then walking it out. And so that's your challenge for today. Do me a favor, everybody. Hit the share button if you can while you're watching this so that other people can be inspired by the message that you are this morning. And also, if some of this that I said to you, if it spoke to you, do me a favor, post some comments. Post a comment. What did you get out of this message? How did this message speak directly to you? I want to know that. And then also, I want you to post as well. What are you willing to do now that you did not commit to doing before you saw this video? What are you willing to commit to do? What does that look like for you? And so that's what I want you to do. Post your comment about what stood out to you. And then also post a comment. What are you willing to do now? What are you willing to do? Do more talking to yourself than you do just listening to yourself. Make that commitment. Be loyal to yourself. Okay? Make the pledge. Engage who you are. Maximize your potential. Listen, I'm Donovin Darius. You guys, it's been my pleasure to share this moment with you this morning. If you like these videos, remember to continue to like them, continue to share them, post your comments, subscribe to my YouTube page if you have not already, where I post a lot of other content as well. Share with other people about joining the pages and subscribing as well. And then also, again, if you want to take this conversation further, again, I'm working on several projects right now, but the one project I have out available to you, is the book I have, the Next Level Motivation book. You can find it on Amazon as well. And so, listen, I just want to wish you guys a great day. I want to say thank you guys for participating. Thank you guys for sharing. I'm about to pull over here in a little bit where I'm at, and I give you your little morning shout outs this morning. But if this message spoke to you, beyond you writing your comment, type a 1. I want to see, check in if this message spoke to you. Let me know that you received what you need to, that you were challenged, that this moment, that this message hit home for you. And so make sure you hold yourself accountable, you guys. As I said, I'm here at JU, where I spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of time working out. I spent a lot of days when it was raining, running, man, on the grass, on the track. Nobody's there but me. But it was worth it, man. It was worth it. And it's worth it for you too. And so I encourage you guys as you continue to walk this thing out. So I'm going to give you your morning shout outs real quick before I go ahead and park this thing. I want to thank everybody for joining on here. Who do we got? Miss Julia Nelson, Denise Gilmore, Eric Downing. Good morning. Miss Sabrina Zabrizi, Tisha Kelly, Chevelle Mason, Alan Forrester, Robert Belinsky, George Vetter, Terry Porter, Adrian Bracey, Douglas Knight. Good morning. Have a great one. Keisha Kears, Angelo Vespi, Derek Parsons. Have an awesome day today. Coach Bob Consulo, Cynthia McNair. Have an awesome day. Christine Jump, Olivia Garcia, Tarhaka Bay, cousin, hey, Lee Miller, Randy Randall, Miss Dawn Parmenter, Brent Darden, Dave Turboletti, what's up, boss man? Hope I tell her family I said hey. Janet Dozier, Mark Bryden, Miss Sally Rays. Continue to have an awesome day. Buford, Halton, Corey Brown, C. Bizzle, love it, Linda Armstrong, Edward Saker, and then there was a host of others that came on and they got off as well. So you guys have an awesome day today. This message is for you. Have an awesome day. Don't forget to share this before you click off. Have a wonderful day today. I look forward to reading your comments. Thanks, you guys. Thanks a lot.